Hey, Diego. I hit the live button by accident, so I didn't mean to go live yet, but I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to do something else. Who else is that? Hey, Maria. How are you? Let me get my pop this chat out. Hey guys, how are you? Hey, HC Aqua, Jesse. You're not gonna believe what I got, Jesse. I know I should be looking there, but I just can't see that chat. I just can't see it. Oh. Hey, C23, how are you? I don't know why, but that song gets in my head. Great. Somehow I got signed out on my tablet, so I can't see my chat. Oops, 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 oops. Oh, seriously? Always something. How's everybody doing? Well, I'm trying to figure it out. There you go. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see what we're working with here. There we are. Oh. Hey, Scott's Aquatics. Welcome. Hey, Ro. Wait a minute. Let me turn this darn thing down. Like I was telling Diego, I really didn't plan to go live right now. It was supposed to be, I hit the wrong button trying to pop out the freaking chat. I was just not paying attention. We got about 8 more minutes. Hope everybody's good. Hey, Chevy Fish, how are you? C23. Let's see if I missed anybody. What did you get, Diva? I'm going to show you. You're not going to believe this. No, you will believe it because you know I don't know, I'm just kind of quirky that way, I guess you could say. Uh, I only got like 8 minutes, so we got 6 here. Please hit that like button, please. Thank you. So let me see if it showed up. So if you go to the top of the chat, we've got Candy's GoFundMe. That's ongoing because I don't think that her spouse has gone back to work. And so if you have a little extra change, no amount is too small, please consider clicking on that link and giving Candy some support. You can do it anonymously, so nobody has to know. You can do, I don't know, $5 might be the minimum, but that's the price of a latte or whatever. So please consider doing that. And so I would be remiss and am remiss for not always mentioning Mr. B. Mr. B is such a great, great support and help within the fish community. He does the Fish Tubers notification squad. He puts everybody's times that they're streaming in there so we can go and look and see who's streaming. And he just put in, that takes time to go out and find that information, even though some of it he might just cut and paste. But the fact that he opens it up and he's been doing it like the day before, so you can even plan the day before. Or you can look to see if you want to stream yourself, that that we are being conscious of other people's streams. So please run his playlist. He has his 1,000 subscribers. He's just working on his watch hours. So if you could support him, that will be super awesome. Let's see here. Am I missing anything? Okay, Ro, we are waiting on pizza. We got pizza from Ro. So let's talk about Miss Ro. Miss Ro's shrimp, they are breeding like bunnies. I have so many shrimp. I mean, I knew they would breed if I, build it and they will come. I think I built the perfect shrimp tank. It had all the things that they say you should have. But it is booming. So if you all watched my last video, I think it was, I am doing a 10-gallon shrimp utopia for them. I have got mosses, I've got rock pals, I've got 2 sponge filters and a hang on the back, which I might eventually, I'm almost sure I'm going to remove that hang on the back. But as it's cycling, I wanted to put some cycled media in there, and I didn't want to put in the substrate. So I bought a little small hang on the back, and so put that seeded media in that to help. So I'm hoping it will jumpstart the cycle. It did its whole thing. I went through the big bacteria bloom and the fuzzy stuff and most of the things that happen when you cycle a tank. For those of you who cycled a tank, which most of you probably have. But anyway, and so now the water is crystal clear. It looks really good. I'm going to do a water change on. I'm going to try to give it 2 weeks. I'll be testing the water. I do have a master test kit, so I will be testing the water to make sure that everything is good. Hey, Anthony, welcome. To make sure everything's good. And I will be moving. Oh my God. There are so many shrimp in that jar right now. There are so many. So what I'll do is I'll probably take the larger ones out and leave the smaller ones there. And then as the smaller ones grow up, because they won't be breeding, because I don't know when shrimp could breed. I have no clue, but I would imagine at a certain size. And so I'll leave the smaller ones in there, and as they grow up, I'll just slowly but surely integrate them into the new tank. But I think they're going to love it. I've added more plants. I've got even more plants coming. I want that to be a heavily planted shrimp tank with all that beautiful color. So check out Rose. She is on getgills.com, and she has her own YouTube channel, and she has amazing shrimp. I don't know what she has available right now because I know she had some of them growing out, but definitely check her out. Diva Shrimptopia. Thank you, Jessie. So let me get back to my notes because y'all know I'll go all off topic. So another thing I want to talk about since I have it 12 here, thank you, is anxiety. I've been streaming every other week and I've had to push myself. I've been trying to do videos on the weeks that I'm not streaming live, and I've really had to push myself. And my anxiety has been through the roof. And so I was listening to another person this weekend talking. I won't call their name, even though they did put it, made it public in their conversation. But I can really identify it has been really difficult for me to 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 function. I mean, it's really getting hard, and I did find out that we're going to be out for a whole nother month. I'm going to be out of off, working from home for a whole nother month, and then I live in Ohio, and I'm immune compromised because I have a heart condition. And my area is spiking. And so I don't want to go out. I mean, I was going to the grocery store. Those used to be my little outings. I would go to like the big box stores and things like that. But now I don't want to go out because I'm immune compromised. And so it has just been really a challenge. And I feel my anxiety just like going through the roof. But hey, let me see. Oh, I thought that was Melvin. But anyway, excuse me. So it has just been really a struggle. And I hope you guys are, every time I see that, Jesse, I crack up. So I really hope you guys are doing some self-care. I've talked about that before in my stream. You could go back and check that out. But I will touch on it briefly because it's like right here in my head as far as doing something that you love, staying away, don't watch the news all the time, limit your news consumption, um, you know, picking up a project, listening to music, all those things can kind of help take care of it. Thank you. All those things can help. So I don't know how many of you have gone back to work, or even if you've gone back to work, I'm working, I'm just working from home. But even if you've gone back to work, please be mindful because, people are on very high, their stressors are really high. So people may be a little bit more edgy than normal, and just kind of guard yourself. I am an empath, and I don't know if many of you know what an empath is, but I kind of feed off of other people's energies. So I have to be very careful about who I allow around me and as far as what, being out in the general public and everything. So I got a meeting. Okay, Jesse, thank you. What is Jesse doing? I'm working from home until maybe next spring. Wow. Oh yeah, I know Connor, and I can't think of his daughter. We don't see her that often, but we definitely see Connor, little sweetie petite. Thank you, Maria. Please hit that like button. So we touched on that, and I did notes. Like I said, I have to do this to keep me from rambling. So the title of this, that just wasn't clicked like, oh, I gotta wait till Jesse gets back. Darn it, I should have done it anyway. So Jesse, if you're watching the replay, I'll do it towards, darn. Hey Lily, how are you? Thanks for the shout out, Diva. Make sure you put a sponge on the intake. Yes, it has a sponge. I buy the Fluval Edge sponge. And so, yeah, you definitely, thank you for the tip though, but I'm gonna probably take that off because it's basically was for medicinal purposes, but it does, even though just in case I forgot, because I can be forgetful. I am a woman of a certain age. but it has an intake sponge on there. Primarily because I thought that, that could help build up some of the beneficial bacteria too. But thank you, Ro. Let's see. Thanks for the shout out. Filter. Yep. So anyway, so darn, hey Pondy, hey Brandon, let me see. Before I say it, I'm not working either. My boyfriend Brett has to have massive surgery at the end of the month. Gonna require home health care for him. So I'm gonna start to go funding for him. Okay, well when you get that fired up, Ro, feel free to share it with me and I will share it with in my live too. Definitely. Okay, so Brandon, where's my girl at? You already know what I'm gonna ask. Nessa says she was watching the replay and she said she was cracking up because she said she was cracking up because I was like, love you back, bro. Nessa said she was cracking up. She was like, Brandon, you already know what I'm gonna ask you. It's in her friend's house. Okay, that's okay. I'm glad she's able to get out. I'm sure she's able to get out. So I was listening to Liz on and I thought that was such a great idea. And I started to start it and then I was like, no, don't start nothing you may not want to finish. But Liz talked about in one of their streams of queen cichlids, of king and queen cichlids, talks about they do little sprinkles. They go and leave little packages on the doorsteps of their friends. I thought that was so sweet. And I thought about starting it, but because of my anxiety, I said, what happens on a day? I mean, I guess it. So, okay, let's go back to the anxiety theme. Doing things for others is helpful when you're going through anxiety. So that might have helped my anxiety, but I really didn't want to sign up for anything and then not be able to carry it through. And then people be like, you're such a loser. Anyway, so darn, Jesse left before I could get to this. So I'm going to tell him that at about, what are we, 10 minutes into the video, into the live. So I picked up another brine shrimp hatchery. It's funny how the marketing is on these things. This one is called a brine shrimp incubator. So look for I saw this, I think it was Otter Creek had it on his Instagram. Hey, Pam. Otter Creek had it on his Instagram, and I asked him about it and looked it up. And this one's called a brine shrimp incubator. So I do plan on breeding some shrimp. Not shrimp. I do plan on breeding some fish. I'm hoping that I'm going to try to do a sponge mop. A spawning mop this weekend in my Sue McGill tank and my golden white clouds. I'm going to pull it and bring it, and then I'm going to try to raise them in the shrimp tank. But they'll be, and so if anybody going, oh, they're going to eat your shrimp, they're just going to be little babies. They're like the size of an eyelash, and I will keep them in there until they get a little bit bigger, and then I will move them into their own tank. So what I want to do is try some brine shrimp, or I might just get another tank. I don't know. Just saying. But I said, you know what? I think this is great for fish. My other fish can eat them too. The adult fish. So, the brine shrimp hatcheries that hang upside down, the ones that are made with the 2 liter bottles and all that. I just didn't really want to do that. And I've seen some really creative ones. I know Dean Tweedle, that hangs out with Corey has them. I know Jesse has an amazing system as well. But I just thought I'd try some different things. And so I think I saw it was Otter Creek Aquatics that had this. And so I'm going to do a review on this one. So stay tuned for that. Okay, let me see who else is here. Thank you, Maria. Go, girl. Hope I didn't miss anybody. So let's talk about the topic of this week's stream. YouTube during a pandemic, creating content. So as you all may or may not know, my husband um, is a independent contractor, so he pretty much works from home. And I have a 5-year-old grandson here who's been out of school. So, needless to say, finding time to, and we're pretty much been in lockdown status. So, needless to say, trying to find time to film videos has been really hard, or just having the setup and being able to set up and keep him because he thinks he's a YouTube star or something, or going to be a YouTube star. So my little 5-year-old is always trying to be in my videos, which, that's okay. But, sometimes, but every time I make a video, hey, Scott, tell Liz I was just talking about her little sprinkle club. I think that's so cool. But anyway, so trying to do that with my husband being here, and if he's not real busy, he's in a great room. He's got the TV on blast, and then having a 5-year-old popping in and out of the shots, it can be hard to create content. It really can. So I've kind of come up with some little tips on what things I've been doing to try to do that in the midst of all this. And oh, Jesse, you just missed it. I got another brine shrimp hatchery. This one's called an incubator. You actually attach, it's pretty cool. I can't remember how much I paid for it though, but it's pretty cool. I'm just trying out different things. So, yep. They're calling this brine shrimp incubator. Suitable to dry or freezing brine shrimp eggs. Brine shrimp egg to feed the ornamental fish larvae. Huh. Yeah, that's interesting how that's worded. Okay. But I think this is cool. I think it's a good size. And this one you do put a air stone in, Jesse. It does have a whatever. Yeah. Like an air stone or float airflow. Okay. So review coming on that. So anyway, so it's really hard to kind of because when you're doing content, 9 times out of 10, some of you guys, I'm super OCD with mine. So I've got everything set up. I've got everything clean. Like when you look at the fish pantry, you're not seeing half of what's in that pantry. It is full to the brim. Water, paper towels, TP, all kind of stuff. So I have to move all that stuff out the way, so I don't have a lot of clutter because I'm kind of, that's my OCD. And so move all that stuff out the way, make sure I got the perfect shot. My washing machine is right there. My dryer is on the other side. So it's so it's real, it's a tight little space. I mean, it really is. That's my actual pantry, guys. I didn't just make that up. And so it's hard because I have to stage everything. I need everything to be fairly quiet. I don't want to get a copyright strike because they can hear, whatever channel my husband's watching in the background. So it has really been kind of, a challenge trying to do videos. Before. I would take a day off work or half a day off work, or, I could be here by myself sometimes. I could leave the baby at daycare for a little longer, come home a little early. I mean, it was easier for me, and my husband was more active. So it was easier for me to be able to film a video. Now it's I have to do certain things. But what I was saying was, so one of the tricks that I've done is I get up early in the morning and film my intros. Um, that has worked for me. Um, it's quiet. It's, everybody sleep. And so I set my alarm. I might get just a little bit earlier, maybe 7. Now, sometimes 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. Get up, put on coffee, have me a cup of coffee, and go. Because it's light during that time. So I do have my natural light coming in, and I can film. Another thing is, just filming outside or finding another location to fill your intro. It's nice to have your tanks and stuff in the background, but sometimes that's not an option. Even though I have tanks in 2 different places, and over there at the house that I rent out to my son, same challenges, right? Because he's home. He works at night, so he might walk in at any minute. So that's been a challenge. Or maybe, staying up late after everybody's gone to bed and maybe filming then. For me, I wouldn't have that natural light. But still, hey, Big Easy. Hey, Mark, how are you? I wouldn't have that natural light. So, but that's something I do. Um, Now, my videos are nowhere as engaging as Scott's and Funk's and Rob's and Jesse and many other of you very seasoned people. But, so sometimes I have to do voiceovers. That's not my ideal setting, but sometimes I have to just film some B-roll and do a voiceover. I don't have a choice. I can't sit in front of my tank uninterrupted and film video. So that's what I have had to do. This what's working for me. Let me see here. So let me tell you about doing my voiceovers, because people are probably like, well, how are you doing your voiceovers if you have all that noise in the background? Well, I just kind of sequester myself in a room. Sometime I go in the guest bedroom and film and just try to do it as quick as possible. And that's cool. And with my doing it with the B-roll, so I use iMovie as my editor, which is really cool. Is Bob here? Hey, Bob, Kaylor, how are you? Um, and so sometimes I do my, I use iMovie and I use B-roll. And so in iMovie, the reason why I like it, because I'm getting ready to buy me a MacBook, is because everything is on a different track. Like your video is on a different track. The audio for that video, the background noise in that video is on a different track. And I've only used iMovie so far. I got an educational version of another software, but it was just so big and took up so much memory on my computer, I deleted it. Your music can be on another track, sound effects can be on another track, voiceover. So you can control, like, it has a sliding scale or a slide button where I can remove all the background noise from a video just by moving it down to 0. And so that's very helpful. I hope I'm not missing any questions. Please make sure you add me. So iMovie is the editing software that I use for my videos, and I really love it. It's really simple. It doesn't have all like the special effects that some of them have, but I'm not really a big time special effects girl. Maybe I should be. Maybe I'd have more views, but that's just not me. And I guess I could be more engaging, so I've been trying to think of ways to do that. Matter of fact, Aquafunk has kind of been telling me some things that I can do so that he's learned. So I appreciate that. But I just really, I basically want to sit down, talk about my fish, talk about what I'm doing. Maybe that's boring for some people, maybe not. But keep it, straight to the point. I wish I could do a lot of transitions and things like that. But like I said, I have iMovie. Maybe, like I said, so I work at a university, so I get software super cheap, if not free, because we have, if once we buy so many licenses of a particular software, they'll usually offer so many for the staff for free, or deep discount. I mean, super deep. And I can't think of the name of that software, but it's a pretty expensive software. And I think I got it for like $50 or something. Um, Special effects. I know. And I don't want to say I don't love them, but I don't know if I have the timing and I don't know if I could do it, Scott. That's not my judge. Hello, J Dog 67. How are you? So I'm just like, I'm just really just like, wondering, I want to bump up my videos, but, I've got so many challenges, but who knows? Some people think it's a big time camera that you should add. I will say that I have invested in a gimbal, and hopefully I'll get that soon. Matter of fact, I shared it with Bob, so we're going to get the same one and we're going to compare notes. And so, yeah, but anyway, so, that is some of the things that I do. But the voiceover happens to work for me, just filming my B roll. Because sometimes I wonder, do people want to just look at me anyway? Do they just want to see the fish? Do they just want to see how everything's set up? Do they just want to see, what you're working with? Maybe different strokes for different folks. Like I said, maybe that's why I'm not growing as quickly, which that's cool too. But I mean, I'm growing, but my views are not where I'd like them to be. Would I like for them to increase? Of course, I would love for them to increase. But for now, I just keep saying to myself, Diva, just keep pushing and keep putting in the work and, building and they will come. So, but, doing back to the voiceover thing. So I would do the voiceovers with the B-roll. And that's another way that I can kind of, create my content, during a pandemic. Good, Diva. Thank you for the stream. You're welcome. Thank you for stopping by. So I talked about Candy's GoFundMe. If one of my mods will pop that into the chat, that will be great. I talked about Mr. B, making sure that he can, get his watch hours. He has playlists set up, so we know the deal. Watch his video so we can get him monetized. I think that would be great. Thank you, Chewy. How are you, Chewy? So anyway, so how's everybody doing? How are you holding up? Have many of you gone back to work? Were you ever off work? What's going on? What's popping? Thank you, Candy. So Pet Sonics has a new website. When are you launching? Pop your link in there, Diego. When are you launching your website? I was watching your video yesterday. Let us know so we can make sure we support. So Pet Sonic is going to have a new website, and it's called Multiple Aquariums. And so I have not missed one day of work due to the pandemic. Well, bless your heart. I haven't missed any work either, but I've been right here. But let me see. Happy 4th of July ahead of time. Thank you, and happy belated Canada Day for all the Canadians in the stream. Let's see. Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, so I think it's really cool that Pet Sonic is starting a new website and he's selling his plans. Hey, Pet Sonic, I was looking at some of those bog plants, and you know how I'm about bog. Well, anything Rachel does, I love. And Rachel O'Leary has amazing bog plants and bogs. And so I was thinking about those pitcher plants I think you had, and the Venus flytraps. I think the Venus flytraps are really cool because they could be kind of educational, I guess. Um, yeah, I guess they are because I think the first time I experienced the Venus flytrap was in my science class, but I think my grandson might like one of those. It would have to be outside, of course, but I think he would think it was pretty cool. I found some great spearfishing video by a musician from the UK, incredible with his own music. Oh, I'll have to check that out, Chewy. My apologies to everyone. I have not been watching videos like I usually do. I used to sit up for like 3 hours a night and watch videos. I am way behind, but I will be catching up. I haven't, removed them, so I will definitely be checking them out. Thank you, Bob. Hey, GRB Aquatics, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I hope I didn't miss anybody. It just popped through real quick. So, Jesse, what do you think about this Brine shrimp hatchery? I think it's pretty cool looking. I guess I can go and open it up because I was going to do a review on it, and I am going to do a review, but if you guys want to just see what it looks like, ugh, and just kind of get some idea of the scale of it. Ugh. Okay, my nails aren't working. So I got this off of Amazon, and I don't remember how much I paid for it. I think it was under $20. So in it is the unit, which is kind of interesting looking. So there it is. I'd say that's about 12 inches tall, give or take. It's got like holes up there, I guess, for air circulation. This is airline tubing. It's already inserted into the bottom. So it's already, so I guess the air stone must already be in there. No, I don't think so, because it seemed like I saw one in the box. Let's see. Oh, it has a check valve. That's cool. And then it even has a little doohickey. I guess it slides down in there. I don't want to figure out. You all watch the video and you'll find out how that goes. And then it had, this is a little spigot that comes off the side. I think this comes off the side. It comes off of somewhere. I can't remember how it was set up. But it does have a check valve. So maybe this part goes on to another piece of it. I don't know. But when I do my review, you'll be able to see. But I like the fact that it's freestanding, or I guess you can use this to connect it to the side of your tank, which I don't know how I feel about that. And then it comes with a check valve. So not too bad. Like I said, I think it was under $20 on Amazon, and it's called the Brine Shrimp Easy, Functional, Convenient to Hatch. And so I bought I don't know if you all remember last stream, but the hatch rate on the other one that I had was dependent on the eggs. It had nothing to do with the hatchery. So the hatchery is effective, but the egg mix that comes with it is not that good. It doesn't have a very good hatch rate. So I already had some baby brine shrimp. So when I tried it with the my own baby brine shrimp and just some aquarium salt, it did really well. So that option works as well. And like I said, I'm just looking at alternatives. I mean, like I said, the other ones are effective. And if you have a ton of shrimp, a ton of fish, I was just looking for some alternatives for if you don't have it. Hey, Larry D, welcome. If you don't have, if you just want to do smaller portions. So, so I just figured I would just look at some different things. So that other one does work. If you use your own shrimp and your own salt. Like I said, it did great when I used my own aquarium salt and my own shrimp. Let me see. No, I started with 2 a while ago, but then I had to let multiple aquariums go. But now relaunching, it's dedicated for the aquarium hobby only. Still people. Okay, sounds good, Pet Sonic. So Pet Sonic is going to have a website that's dedicated to fish aquariums only. So you guys check, and it's called Multiple Aquariums. Okay, time to heat up my leftovers, everyone. Okay, that's right. Liz is still gone. Just don't flood the kitchen, Scott. I have to give you a hard time or you wouldn't feel right? Take care, Scott. When you talk to Liz, send her our love and travel blessings. So anyway, it's been pretty interesting being at home. I was just talking to somebody the other day. I have been home since around the 17th of March. So that's March, April, May, June, now July. 5 months working from home. And the irony of that is I used to always say, oh, I wish I could work from home. How cool would that be? Now, it is cool. I do have a lot of flexibility. My commute to work is 5 minutes, if that, not even 5 minutes. My bedroom's on the other side of this wall. So that's really cool. But I do miss, that one-on-one interaction, chit-chat, water cooler talk, and all that cool stuff with my coworkers. Now, we could do a Zoom or a WebEx, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same. So I guess as human beings, we need that one-on-one human interaction. Now, even when we go back, because of all the social distancing, which or whatever they call it, I'm still not going to be able to be in nobody's face or be up close and personal with people. So I figured I might as well continue to work from home. And that's what I'm actually shooting for, especially once the weather gets bad. I mean, that I think I would appreciate it more if it wasn't so nice out. Because right now I just want to get out and we have a lot of festivals around here, um, and I have missed just going and window shopping or real shopping. And I'm not a mall girl, but I do love a good shoe store. So I love like DSW and Home Goods and Gabe's and Steinmart and all those kind of things. Just going. Sometimes I won't buy anything but a candle, but just the opportunity to be able to do that. I love to eat out. I miss that a lot. My husband's been trying to accommodate me, like going and getting, but it's just not the same as going and have somebody wait on you. And so, so it's really been, thank you for staying, Mark. So it's really been a challenge. So I hope everybody is really doing well. And, I hope you keep your good spirits and, you know, um, just hang in there because I know that it is a challenge. And so let's see, let's talk about what's going on in the fish room, the fish pantry. Of course, I talked earlier, Rose Aquatics, shrimp are booming. Jesse posted earlier the video of their new home, the Shrimp Utopia. So in that tank it was my quarantine tank, and if many of you probably have done, because I know it ain't just me, once you have an empty tank in your house, it's like, ooh, what can I put in it? So, but I knew I was going to need something, and I think the dollar per gallon sale's coming up on the 15th, so keep that in mind. I might get me a 40 breeder, because if you all watch my last stream, you'll see those beautiful rocks that Bob Kaler got for me, sent me. Oh my God. I think I want to, and I want to do, Bob, I haven't figured out if I want to do those with, like, you guys tell me, give me, let me know in the chat. So I've been thinking, if you got to see those snowflake rocks, wouldn't they be gorgeous on some pure white sand? Now, is that practical? No, it's not. But would it look amazing? Yes, it would. I guess I'm trying to think. So now I don't know if I could do a deep sand bed with that. I mean, I've never kept sand in my tanks. I just have never felt like I could maintain it. But I guess if push come to shove, you just kind of brush over it, you know. Let me see. Diva the Shrimp Topia. And so, but I think that snowflake rock with some beautiful, and nothing else. No plants, no nothing. Just the sand and those rocks. Those rocks, they don't need driftwood. I mean, it would be just look like a map. If I could just fix it to look like a mountain range or something, it would just be amazing. So that's why I'm thinking about the dollar per gallon, getting one more tank just so I can set that up. Now, what would I put in that tank? Maybe, because I always think about colors and contrast and aesthetics. As you guys know, when I'm doing my tanks, I'm like decorating a room. Jesse will tell you, Mark will tell you, Big Easy will tell you. I take forever to do a tank because I got to have the right substrate and the colors and the da-da-da, all those things. Leona will tell you, I can't pronounce her name. Kabash. I'm going to pronounce it just because I done started, but Leona knows. They used to hear me talk about all my new designing my tanks and getting all the elements to go in my tanks. And oh gosh. So Leona is in here, and I have never had to say her name. Ah, darn it. I saw her in here, but I wanted to try. Oh, okay. Kashav Shavit. That is my friend Leona. She has a great channel too. But we all used to hang out in Big Easy's live streams, and we would be up all night talking and chatting and just having a great time. And they would all listen to me go on and on about me designing my tanks. It's not just about, throwing some rocks in there, throwing a piece of driftwood in there, and then throwing some. It's like I try to think it through my head. I even did that with the shrimp tank, even though that right now I've got so much stuff stuffed in little corners. It looks like a hodgepodge, but to me, it's like, I kind of had a vision, but I want it to be heavily planted. I want them to have tons of little nooks and crannies and places to hide. And so I've got, oh my God, how many varieties of plants do I have in that little 10-gallon? Oh my God, I have everything from a Pontageton to, I've got dwarf sage. I've got
what we eat for dinner?
Tacos.
What? Hot tacos?
The tacos you just had from Chipotle.
But they're hot.
Okay.
I don't want no hot sauce.
Okay.
Then what I'm gonna have?
Can I tell you in a few minutes?
Huh?
Go out the room. Come back later.
Well, what I'm gonna have?
This is why I can't. This is the exact. So he just proved why I don't do that. Okay, bye.
I'm sitting here.
Okay, sit on the floor.
I don't want to.
This is why I can't shoot a video. This is my baby though. Okay. Anyway, hope I don't get a copyright strike for that. But you gotta turn it down. If you're gonna sit here, you gotta turn it down.
Okay.
Say excuse me.
Excuse me.
Okay. So anyway, he just crashed. So anyway, hey Carlos, how are you? I understand Diva with 3 little ones always in and out. Yeah. So anyway, so I love to, just kind of pull everything together. That particular shrimp tank though you're gonna have to go in the other room, honey. Young man. You're gonna have to go in the other room.
Why? You can hear it?
I have candy. You won't get it.
You still can. You can hear it?
Yes, I can. So anyway, I have like tons of plants in that video. You have to turn that off.
I don't want
to. And so I have tons of plants in that tank. Like I said, Pontageton, dwarf sage. I even got some Italian val, which I'm gonna when younger Chewy. When I lived in Puerto Rico, I learned it was I was 12. So I even got some Valsinaria, only because I have stratum in that tank, and you guys have heard me say 1,000 times that I thought that my water was killing those plants. Well, I figured I have the fluval stratum, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see if it is because maybe I didn't have enough nutrients in my gravel. Hey Jay, how are you? And the Italian val couldn't survive because it's a heavy root feeder, which I never thought it really was. But maybe it is. So now that they're going to be the Italian val is going to be in a fluval stratum. It's an experiment. I didn't put a whole lot in there. We will see if the Valsinaria will last. Now, prior to this, I had to, I really believed I didn't have very good luck with that. Hold on a minute. Mari, let me have that. Mari. Okay, Papa called you.
What?
Papa called you.
What?
Go in there with Papa.
What?
Go in there with Papa because that's too loud.
Mm.
Anyway, so hopefully we will get
What are they saying?
It doesn't matter. Hopefully we will get the another tank so we can get that beautiful snowflake stove put up. So it's 7:42, and of course, as it's the ironic that the topic of this particular stream is how to create content in a pandemic. I have a 5-year-old here who is insisting on being here. I'm trying to be the best grandma that I can. But thanks you guys for coming. I'm just going to wrap it up. I don't have the energy to sit here and tassel with a 5-year-old. And so take care. Please make sure you're taking care of yourself. Please make sure that you are doing self-care. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit that like button. Please make SLC wave. Yes, of course. And there's my SLC Aquatics wave. Please make sure you're taking care of yourself. Please make sure you're doing self-care. I appreciate you guys coming so much. Please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you consider giving the Candies GoFundMe and watching Mr. B's playlist because he does so much for the community. Let's give back to him and let's get him to his watch hours. You guys take care and always keep it splashy, not trashy. Steve out.